Hey guys, welcome back. Two Brothers Off Script. I'm Jerry.
I'm Ryan.
And today we're going to be talking about life, get an update on the channel, and
See where we're going with our goals, how things have been with us since we've had a lot of moves, we've had a lot of things up in the air, and we've got a lot to talk about. So stay tuned. And we're back. Real life sound effects there, everybody. We're back.
and we're back.
It's been hectic. This is kind of, let's just call this what it is. This is kind of our 90-day update on our goals,
Goal setting and stuff. Yeah.
resolutions for the year. It's actually middle end of April,
Already.
and we kind of did that near the beginning of the year. We talked about the goals and everything. I don't think it was directly around New Year's, but talking about going to the gym and being more healthy and eating better and sticking on the diet and stuff like that. Like you'd been on the keto for a little while then, or
Just a couple weeks at
just
that
getting
point.
into it, and I've been on it now since July of last year. And I want to say, honestly, I am not strict. I haven't been strict in a lot of ways. I was drinking for a lot of it in the beginning, and then I gave it up, and then I drank some more, and then I gave it up. And it's been difficult to do anything extra to enhance the diet. But I would say that whatever weight I lost initially, within the first 6 months, I definitely lost 30 pounds.
Yeah.
And I've definitely kept off that 30 pounds, but losing anything past that has been pretty difficult. And I know the same is for you too.
Yeah, I'm right at, as of today, I think I'm at 31, 32 pounds down. And I feel like I still have a really long ways to go. It's getting easier, but I'm pretpretty strict.
Easier
But I'm only
to maintain the diet.
I'm three and a half. Well, I guess I'm almost 4 months in now.
Yeah.
And it's definitely like kids had pizza today. My wife brought a pizza home for lunch, and from
wanted us to,
Costco.
like,
It was a Costco
you know
pizza.
I'm
I
not
love
allowed to eat
Costco
that.
pizza. I love Costco pizza.
Not allowed to eat that. Why do you pollute this household?
I think the one area that I have noticed that has been hard for me to not do is fruit. I can do some fruit, but I try to really keep it minimal. And I have a hard time with that because I want to eat more fruits. And even though my weight loss is pretty close to what I did last time when I was really successful, I think last time I lost 48 pounds total.
Yeah.
So this time I'm at 31, 32 pounds as of today. And I definitely have struggled with not eating fruit.
Well, it's a good thing, I think, to have, like, if you had to pick the better, the two evils, I guess, it's like it's a candy bar or a banana. Like, I'm going to go with the banana now
Sure.
more often than the candy bar. And that's definitely been instrumental in keeping the weight off. But I've also been able to just kind of go off the rails every once in a while and still maintain. Like, I remember talking about going down to Mexico and I gained 10 pounds and I come back and a couple weeks later I've lost it again. And it's a big deal for me has been getting enough sleep and
Oh, for
drinking
sure.
enough water. And I know you do
Never
not get enough sleep.
Never do I sleep
And you
enough.
probably don't remember to drink all your water.
I do not. I drink mostly coffee. There's water in coffee. That's the water that I drink.
I was at 2:30 yesterday, and yesterday morning I weighed myself, and I ate some meals, and I remember weighing myself the night before, and I was still like 231, I think, and then I drank like 2 giant glasses of water, and this morning when I weighed myself, I was 272 or 227.2.
Oh, so you dropped.
I dropped weight, and that's one thing that happens is you apparently breathe a lot of water vapor out at night. Didn't know that, so until I figured it out because of science and podcasts and other things. Other people tell me stuff. That's how I know things.
I guess I will say, so I'm very successful, or I'm very happy. No, I'm not very successful. I'm very happy with ketogenic diet for me as a way to change my lifestyle in what I think is a very long-term, very sustainable thing. Other than the high amount of eggs and vegetables that I consume every single week, it's been good. The sleep has been really hard.
Well, that's scheduling. I mean,
it has, but I've got school and I've got other stuff, and I've been traveling for work, so that's a new thing. Been back and forth to the East Coast several times over the last couple of the last month, really, and I'm able to eat healthy when I'm out. Although there was definitely some weird looks when I was like, "Hey, I'll have a hamburger without a bun." Like some of the guys I was with were like, "Oh,
you're a weirdo."
And I had one beer one day, and I had one hamburger did have a bun on it, and one time I ate 4 chips. And I know that I did that because I actually didn't feel good after I ate carbs.
We had pizza the other day.
I felt bad
been
after
doing
I
a lot
ate
of
that.
yard work, and I was thinking, it'd be real good right now, beer and a pizza. And my wife is, giving as she is, was happy to go to the store and pick up beer and pizza, and it was there was some negative consequences to having that in my insides.
How do you think the gym's been going?
So, based on our resolutions, we decided to join a local gym, Planet Fitness, to play $10 a month or whatever, and get to it. And initially, we were a little bit better at it, getting in there once we got the scheduling right, and that's why this is kind of the 90 days, because we didn't really start until about February, because even though we joined in January, they weren't even open yet until early February. So we got in there, and honestly, not losing weight, but gaining muscle. I think I've gotten bigger. I think I've had some pretty significant gains in my
your
ability
strength is
to
your lift weight. Your weights have come up a lot.
Yeah, so that's something that I'm happy about, but I still feel like the number on the scale matters.
That's my biggest
personally.
Yeah, that's my biggest frustration. When I look at the scale, and I don't know, I somehow messed up my scale and now it reads out in kilograms, so I have to convert it every time. I'll figure it out eventually how to switch it back, but it's like a dumb problem. I didn't even want to Google it. But
push and hold the on button.
My point is,
That'd probably change it.
My point is, not seeing that number change as fast as I want it to.
Well, as fast as it was initially.
As fast as it was initially. As fast as it did last time I did this style of diet. Has been very frustrating.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm seeing the people around me, make unhealthy choices in their food, and they know they are, and they're just fine with it. And it's hard for me. It's hard for me to go to the kids' birthday parties and
not eat the cake,
see the cake, and and see the desserts and stuff like that. There was a pizza. The kids go to karate, and there was a pizza party the other night, and they had somebody made like homemade cream puff, cherry, trifle things. Man, I wanted one pretty bad. I mean, it was definitely like sugar addiction was like back in a rush, and I didn't do it. I didn't have one. I didn't eat any pizza, but I felt like left out, I guess. I felt like separated out from the group, and I had a hard time with it.
You have to be separated, though, because to be inside of that group is to be back into the same problem areas of, food addiction.
I'm not at a healthy weight.
People are addicted to food because, if you don't eat, you die. It's one of those things. So why not eat the things that taste good? I don't know.
And when you feel bad
for you.
And when you feel bad, you want to eat.
But you should be able to have things occasionally. Like, even if it's like completely off the rails, you should be able to do it occasionally. Now, the consequences of drinking too much alcohol is a hangover. The consequence of eating too many carbs on a keto diet is similar to a hangover. That's the detail level I'm going to. But we're experiencing something that a lot of people can't hack, really. I mean, you can't hack weight loss. You have to do the diet, or you have to change your lifestyle, or you have to make improvements. If you're going to set a resolution, stick to it. That's why my goals, like, I don't feel like I've met my goals, but I feel like I've definitely gotten a lot closer to them. So if I'm going to do anything, I'm going to resolve to continue staying on less than keto but more low carb, and continue to eat the foods that I deem to taste good and be healthy, and while occasionally still giving myself opportunities for regression.
Yeah.
Because I don't think that anyone, I mean, maybe even unless you're a hardcore vegan or something, can stick with one particular lifestyle or diet choice.
I mean, it's very hard.
Because you're going to be, there's no way in your life that you're not going to see another French fry.
Yeah.
It's unavoidable. So,
and they look good.
They taste good too.
Yeah, they still look good. I guess for me, like, I like what you're saying about kind of resolving. I think for me, especially with having a traveling job, I really have to be diligent in my time about exercise. Like, for me, even with jet lag and stuff like that, if I don't make time in my day for exercise, it's just not going to happen. There's not going to be a time when I'm going to feel like it. I'm sure some people, I still know some people say, wow, you know, I feel so great after I go for a run. I just feel like
there is real benefits to exercise.
I don't feel it. I feel sore. We went to the gym, what was that, Wednesday?
Wednesday, yeah.
And we did this leg workout, and I lifted a lot of weights with my legs.
Actually, that might have been Thursday.
And my legs have been sore.
Yeah.
And I have been limping upstairs for the last day and a half. And when you texted me the other day and you said, no gym, I said, okay.
Yeah.
Because I really felt that pain. So I just think for me, like, the exercise and continuing to stay on the diet, I want to do another 3 months. I really want to get to that 6 month point. And
no matter what happens, I don't think I'll ever go back to a normal full carb, drink a 6-pack, eat the pizza type of lifestyle, because I don't think that it's going to ever be like I want to say I've been woke to the diet or whatever.
Woke. Yeah.
It literally is life-changing. Read the back of your label. Read the carbs. Read below carbs, sugars, and if it doesn't say 0, it's bad. It's just bad. There is no benefit to sugar, because your body can turn fiber and regular carbs into sugar that it needs. You can get some sugar from straight protein. You can get sugar from natural sources like, strawberries and berries and blueberries and things like that. But it doesn't have to be.
But you don't want to have
table white sugar.
You don't want fruit juice. You don't want bread.
That was actually the real opening salvo. Drinking a glass of orange juice in the morning is the same as drinking a Coke.
It blew my mind.
It's not healthy. Oh wait, I'm gonna have Fruity Pebbles, a glass of orange juice, some pancakes, a glass of milk. That's also got sugar in it. It doesn't taste bad, but it doesn't make you feel good. When you got a nap in the middle of the day,
and your energy level crashes.
Your 5-hour energy shots or whatever are only going to get you so far. And I know we basically just focused on diet and why we're better than 90% of the people out there.
Well, I don't feel better than anybody. I guess I'm so
I do.
I feel like I want to, shout a little bit though, because I thought that eating low fat was healthy. That's what I thought. I
think it can be. I think it can be.
I don't know.
As long as you also cut out all the carbs.
I don't know how you do both.
If all you did was eat vegetables your entire life, I would say that
and protein.
Straight vegetables and straight protein would probably be fine. You could eat steak and you could eat a salad, and that's all you can have. You're fine. But you put on some ranch. You throw on some croutons. You add in the green peas
and some bread,
some cheese. You put it all together, and then your body just can't hack it. It just can't hack it.
Maybe
It's-
there's some people whose bodies are healthy. I mean, there are thin people who are not healthy, right? That's a fact. There are thin people who are not healthy.
I
So,
would say
and a
health,
lot of-
health is a good judge of health is, can you pick up a rock that falls on your foot? If you can't, then you're too weak. And maybe you're not.
How big is this rock?
You know what I mean? Well, it doesn't have to be that big. But let's just say that if you can't get out from a situation that requires some small amount of strength, and by small I mean 50 pounds. All right? I'm going to say 50 pounds is a small amount of weight because that is the average weight of a 5-year-old child. Right? Probably. My kid's like 38 pounds. He's 3.5. I'm gonna assume it works its way up. He's 50 pounds. You know, you're 2 or 4 kids that I can pick up at one shot, right? Like
Lightweights.
they're lightweights, but they're still in that 30 to 40 pound range. And I want to be able to move bigger rocks, right? So I'm going to consider myself to be healthy in my strength. Now my toneness, I won't ever have a beach body, and I'm okay with that. But if I can push over somebody who's in my way, you know, if I have to get somewhere real quick, you know, let's just always roll back to the example of if I have to save my kid and you're in the way, you're getting pushed over, right? That's a bigger
Sure.
rock. That's a 100-pound rock, all right? So I need to move a 100-pound rock. I'm there. So bring it on, the rest of the world, and I'm gonna continue to eat the way that I do. Now, if it gets any bigger than that, you know, we've got a lot of people out there who say, you know, don't bring a knife to a gunfight, and I always bring the gun or whatever it is. Like, I'm not that kind of person. I don't have to have that kind of attitude towards every solution is a bullet. But I'm going to continue with, I feel better than I did, stronger than I did, and lighter than I did. And as one person says, he just wants to be able to move well through life.
I think I thought that low fat was healthy, and I was very self-conscious about my weight, and so I continued to eat bigger and bigger salads with more and more and more dressing.
Because you got to make the lettuce taste good.
You got to make the lettuce taste good, and the spinach and the kale. And I ate a lot of bread. I had a lot of bread,
Whole grain too.
whole grain bread, and I ate a lot of potatoes, and I tried really hard to eat low fat, and I did eat low fat, and I kept gaining weight. And I this is my second time. The first time was an experiment. The second time was validation of the experiment, is how I look at it. My body doesn't react well to carbs. If I have carbs, I will gain weight. If I cut carbs very low, I will lose weight. Right. It is that straightforward. And I'm nowhere near my weight goals right now. I probably have another 60 pounds to lose or more. But I feel so confident that this is the way that I need to go. And I've had blood tests done, and I know that my blood is good, or my blood is better than it was when I'm not on this type of a diet.
I got that good blood. Is that what you
Good blood.
that came back?
And I feel like this is something that for me is sustainable, that I can really do. So I guess we didn't intend for the entire thing to be about food,
Keto
nutrition, and exercise and keto. But if you guys haven't tried it or haven't looked into it, a lot of good documentaries out there on Netflix and YouTube. A lot of great people who've had
There's
success.
a lot of bad documentaries out there too.
True.
Just be mindful of what you're eating, and when you want to go off the rails, then you know, give yourself some wiggle room to do that. That's I can't stress enough that if you told me that I'll never be able to have, you know, an ice cream or something again,
Sure.
like I'm
That's
probably
too
gonna,
much.
I'm probably going to lose my mind, because it doesn't make sense that you can't have anything good tasting in your life. I mean,
Right.
yeah, I like bacon and eggs. I love it, bacon and eggs. But if that's what I had to eat forever, now I'll take the consequences of a Belgian waffle. But occasionally, so rarely, I might do a breakfast food that's not keto. But there's no chance that I'm ever going to give up like all the other things that I like. Like I'm probably never not gonna want to
Never
have a
know.
nice single malt scotch or something like
Sure.
that, and that has some carbs in it. Like I can't. There's too many things in life that taste good and don't do you long-term harm. It's just one step at a time, and one day down this road. And so, like I said, this is re-resolution.
Re-resolution,
And,
2018.
2018, and that's where I'm gonna leave it. So
Cool. Well, guys, thanks for watching. If you like what we're doing, hit the subscribe button. We'll see you next time.
I'm trying to leave some better videos out there in the interwebs.
We'll try.
See ya.